everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Clutch Season 3 in our physically distanced reading series. First, I'd like to introduce to you the cast of this episode, starting with Matthew Carvery, who plays Matt and also wrote and directed this episode. Matt, what have you been up to since Clutch?
Well, I did my own web series, which you well know, Asset, little spy thriller with one of the other writers from Clutch, Charles Barangan. And since then, I'm doing a little acting where I can find it on Frankie Drake. Did a small little bit on one episode. And I've been writing a lot. Written a series called Arc 7, which I'm currently trying to get into doors to pitch.
Awesome. And how can people find you?
I am on Facebook, Twitter. It's all just Matthew Carvery, one word. That's the easiest way to find me.
All right. And next we have Jeff Sinizak, who returns in the role of Mike. Jeff, what have you been up to?
I've been kicking around with a little TV work. I have an episode of The Boys coming up that I'm pretty psyched about, and had a part in a film called Code 8 that just released on Netflix recently. And the biggest thing for me in the last few years was I directed my own film called Red Spring, which you would know, Jonathan, having starred in it, which you can find on Amazon Prime or iTunes, Google Play, Microsoft Store, any place records are sold.
Not too many anymore. What's the best social media to find you at?
Twitter at Jeff Sinizak, all one word.
Cool. And joining the cast, we have Lindy Greenwood, who will be playing the role of Taylor. Lindy, can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, I'm Lindy Greenwood. I have done a few network TV shows, Jenny Mills on Sleepy Hollow. Recently, I played Dr. Elvie Okoye on The Expanse, Amazon Prime. And I did a really fun movie recently on Hulu for the series Into the Dark. It was a fun little horror movie called Buka Lives. And recently, I got a yoga teacher certification because, hey, why not?
She does it. That's amazing. And how can people find you?
Lindy Greenwood, Lyndie Greenwood on Instagram is mostly where I am.
Awesome. Thank you. We're glad to have you. Next, we have Chris Whitby, who will be playing the role of Ernie.
Hey. Hi. I've same thing, mostly with everybody. I've done some movie and TV stuff. I did some Murdoch mysteries. I was on a TV show, Rogue. I did a Netflix movie called The Silence, where I got to work with Stanley Tucci and Miranda Otto. That was a really cool experience. And done a lot of voiceover work as well, and animation and stuff. And I also was in Asset with Matt and Jeff. So. And you, Jonathan. Yeah, actually, in fact, you guys were all a part of that.
Funny how this works.
And I don't know what my handles are, but I'm on Instagram. I think it's at Chris Witt 17. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. It's all at Chris Whitby 17 or at Chris Witts somewhere. It's all around that stuff. Something like that.
We'll confirm with you, and that all that will be written down below.
Yeah.
And finally, I'd love to introduce to you Mark Robinson, who will be playing the role of Bert.
Hi. Film, TV mostly. I was pretty busy before the pandemic, and I've been busier even since. I've written a couple pilots, actually, a pitch that I worked with Jonathan. Increasingly busy. I started a trading business, actually, where we search the market for stock opportunities, and then we have a roster of clients and we send them out to our clients. It's been super busy time. As for TV and stuff, I recently did Star Trek Discovery, Mayday, before all this kind of came down. But yeah. Oh, and you can find me, Mark Robinson, on Facebook, and on Instagram, Linford Mark Robinson. That's LANFORD, and it's the one that looks like me. So.
Awesome. Thank you much. We're so glad to have you all here. We are going to go into the read for episode 2, but just a precursor that if you haven't yet seen episode 1 and or seen the previously on segment, which will catch you up on everything that's happened in the first 2 seasons of Clutch, There is a link to that below as well. And that said, Clutch Season 3, Episode 2, Taciturnity, written and directed by Matthew Carvery. Interior, motel room, day. The room looks filthy. Water stains on wallpaper that hasn't been changed since August of 1973. Everything in the room, from sheets on the bed to carpeting, is vaguely beige and brown, and one would never be sure if that's because they were purchased that way, or not be sure at least without a blacklight. A few empty pizza boxes and empty cola bottles clutter the desk and TV stand. Matt is pacing the room, while Mike sits on one of the beds, looking over his emails on an out-of-date laptop.
No, forget it.
Look, our leads have run dry, and so will our wallets. We pulled too many scams in this area in too short a time. We're risking getting picked up by the cops. We have to do something soon. It's either this or we give up on Kylie coming back.
No, you're not giving up. Not when we're this close. We found this Silence group.
Club Silence and a human trafficking ring as big as that isn't going to even let us in the door unless we have the cash to make a purchase.
How would we even do this? It's not like we could just, place a Craigslist ad.
No, that'd be stupid.
You already did that, didn't you?
No.
What did it say? Woman needed to assist grifters in taking down human trafficking ring?
No, I didn't word it like that.
When?
Earlier this week.
This is really not a good idea.
You have a better one?
You get any responses?
One. She'll be here in an hour. You have a tape recorder?
Interior, motel room, day, roughly 1 hour later. A woman, Taylor, sits in a chair talking to Mike. She speaks in that way that only someone who's gotten used to telling the story of the worst moments of her life over and over again can, with pain that has been mostly, but not entirely, replaced with resolve. Matt stands in the back of the room listening. The room's decor has not improved in the last hour.
3 years they had her before she managed to escape. Doing only God knows what for God knows what kind of scum.
Sister never talked to you about what went on there?
No. She used to tell me everything. We were so close before, but now she barely speaks to anyone.
Take your time. I know this must be hard. It's a sad story to have to tell, but one our readers need to hear.
I'm not sad. I'm angry. If I could get my hands on the bastards that took her, I'm sorry, but who is he anyway?
He's my assistant editor. He used to be my assistant, but he got promoted, and the sensitive nature of an article like this just requires that I have.
Yeah, there's no article.
I'm sorry?
There's no article. He's not your editor, and you're not a reporter. You two must think I'm pretty stupid.
She removes a Rugger BC9 from her clutch. She's named it Mary after her aunt, but that's not important right now. Mike jumps to his feet, and Matt backs further into his corner. Both raise their hands.
I suggest you start talking before you both end up walking out of here with several new holes in your joy departments, if I decide to let you walk out at all.
You aren't the bad guys here. All right, you put that down.
Right, so you can tie me up until your buyers arrive?
Whoa, you've got it all wrong. We're trying to rescue someone.
Yeah, right.
He's telling the truth. For once. Yes, it's not your usual go-to department.
Not helping.
All right then, who are you trying to rescue?
His girlfriend? My, coworker?
Yeah? What's her name?
Kylie.
Last name?
Teachman.
Age?
I don't know, 27, 28?
28.
Well, how and when did she get captured?
we don't really need to get into all of that.
You blame yourself. You shouldn't.
No, he should.
Hey, yeah, that's fair.
Look, we have a lead on who has her, and I have a plan. But I don't think the traffickers are going to be interested in him in fishnets.
So what's your great plan?
We'll take you through it, but first, would you mind maybe just lowering the gun or raising it? Like, seriously, any other part of my body, I'm cool.
Taylor hesitates, but does lower the gun. Exterior parkade day flash forward. Small beams of sunlight stream through the openings of a mostly empty parkade. Graffiti covers the pillars. One of the few cars there is missing its wheels. Another has had the driver's side window smashed in. On closer inspection, we see that the radio is gone, leaving exposed wires sticking out of the dash, and the car has been rummaged through for any object of value that could be taken. Matt and Taylor wait as two traffickers exit a large van. The first is thin and tall, wearing sleeveless leather vest and a bandana as a headband. The other is much broader shouldered and wears a leather jacket. They both show colors of some motorcycle gang on their outerwear. We never hear their names, so we'll call them Bert and Ernie.
Using the leads I've gathered, Matt here sells you to the traffickers I've found.
Whoa. They don't know me from Adam. They're supposed to just trust that I'm not a cop or something?
Don't worry, I've been laying the groundwork for the last few weeks. Your alias should be well established with them by now.
Bert and Ernie approach Matt and Taylor, and the exchange is made. Matt gets a briefcase full of cash, and in return, the traffickers take their merchandise. At the last minute, Taylor breaks free from them and runs back to Matt. Ernie runs back, grabbing her and dragging her back to the van, leaving Matt looking confused and horrified. Interior trafficker's van. Day. Flash forward. The inside of the van looks like a nightmare come to life. There's bloodstains on the floor and scratches on the walls that look like they were made by human hands. A close inspection reveals that there's still a press-on nail stuck in the upholstery. Taylor sits, tied up on the floor in the back of the van, not even struggling against her bonds.
They'll take you back to their holding house for sale.
That's your brilliant plan? You sell me into slavery?
Exterior, Cat Scratch Club evening, flash forward. The street is wet from a recent rainfall, reflecting lights of the nearby clubs and storefronts. Mike, his hair slick with rain, wearing a suit that looks like he borrowed it from his older brother and carrying a briefcase that looks like it started seeing heavy use in about 1987, walks towards what appears, from its hot pink neon sign reading Kitty Cats with the silhouette of a woman as the Y, to be a strip club.
That's where I come in.
Interior, Cat Scratch Club evening, flash forward. Mike walks through the club, which we can now tell is definitely a strip club. Some girls dance on various stages around the room, highlighted by pink neon in the dim light. A few others sit on men's laps, coaxing money out of their wallets.
Once they've got you inside, you can listen to their conversations, talk to the other girls there, hopefully find out who they're supplying and where.
Mike reaches the back of the club where the door is marked private. He looks at one of the mirrored walls near the door and fixes his hair.
Using the money Matt gets from the buyers, plus a little more that we saved up, I buy you back after you found out where they send the girls.
Right, because that worked so well last time.
Now who's not helping?
Wait, last time? What happened last time?
Not important.
He knocks. Interior Cat Scratch Club back area, evening. We're back in real time. Ernie and Bert sit playing cards in the back of the club. It's cluttered with kegs and stacked up boxes of liquor bottles. There's a knock. Ernie goes and answers the door, revealing Mike.
You him?
These ain't carpet samples.
Follow me and watch the big man talk, little mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Have a seat.
Got your money. Where's the girl?
There's been a complication.
My employer doesn't like complications. Well, what sort of complication are we talking about?
Well, we can't give you the girl.
Why not?
A new customer of ours needs a girl immediately. They had to take one out of the rotation.
Yeah, she needs a bit more training. Apparently she bit some poor sucker's cock clean off.
Well, that's better than a shotgun to the face those other guys got.
Is it? I'm not sure it is.
I'll tell you what. How's about I cut your dick off, and then I shoot you in the face, and you can tell me which one you like less.
Look, I'm just saying that, getting your dick...
We had an arrangement, okay? You tell your other client to wait.
We've been trying to get their business for a while, and this is our first opportunity to deal with them. This isn't the person you tell what to do.
Yeah, man, you don't want to mess with Club Silence.
What did I tell you about Club Silence?
Yeah. No, the first rule of Club Silence is you don't talk about Club Silence.
No. The only rule of Club Silence is Club Silence doesn't fucking exist. And if anyone asks, you've never fucking heard of it. And in return, they don't have you killed for your fucking troubles. So shut the fuck up.
Okay, sorry, man.
Fine. I guess we're done here. Of course, I'll have to tell Marcel I'm taking this business elsewhere.
There's the door.
Hey, whoa. Hold up. Like, Marcel? The drug dealer who operates on the west coast of Canada? We used to sell to him every so often, but I heard he was put out of business.
Whoa. Someone must have forgot to tell him that.
That guy's a has-been. A Canadian has-been. Get this hoser out of here, eh?
Good one.
But Marcel isn't going to be happy, and he'll tell people as much.
What's he going to do? Write us a bad Yelp review?
How do you think
That's
Silence heard about you in the first place?
Okay, hey, wait. Silence doesn't even know we have her yet. The girl was an unexpected acquisition from a new source. Go get her.
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
Dude, it's our fucking reputation. Okay, Story, would you please, if it's not too much trouble, go and fetch the girl?
See? Was that so fucking hard? A little goddamn politeness never killed anybody.
Okay. Listen, I apologize. We didn't realize you were here for Marcel. So, he's a loyal client. We really wouldn't want to make him unhappy.
It's fine. You couldn't have known.
Bert returns with Taylor.
This one hasn't put up much of a fight, except for trying to run back to her abductors of all people when we picked her up.
She's very pliable.
Let me take a look at you.
Mike gets close. He grabs the back of her hair and pulls it back. Unsure where to go from there, he inspects her teeth. Taylor plays submissive and broken in, not even whimpering as Mike manhandles her, just going along with whatever he does.
Let them take me. Silence is where my sister was.
Something wrong here?
I'm going to do you a favor. Send this girl to your other plane.
You don't want her?
Marcel likes his girls with a little fight left in them. So he can break them himself.
You sure? We don't want to lose your business.
Don't worry. You can trust that you'll absolutely be seeing me again.
Both Bert and Ernie seem satisfied with how this turned out. Mike gives one last look back at Taylor as he leaves. Taylor nods subtly to him. Interior motel room day. The room has defied all laws of probability and physics and has found a way to get even more disgusting. There are more pizza boxes, and the beds have their covers turned down so we can see the stained sheets. Matt sits staring at a laptop screen as Mike enters, his suit soaked through and his hair a mess from the rain.
Got good news and bad news.
You didn't get Taylor back.
No, they're selling her to Silence. Wait, how do you know that?
Because she's moving in the wrong direction.
Interior motel room day, flashback. Oh, good. A flashback to the filthy motel room, because we haven't seen this place enough in real time. Mike sits, interviewing Taylor.
After my sister disappeared, my father had us get GPS chips implanted so we could be found if anyone took us.
He had you low-jacked?
If I'm ever taken, I want to be found, preferably quickly.
Exterior parkade day, flashback. We come back to the moment Taylor is being led to the van by Bert and Ernie. As before, she breaks away and runs back to Matt.
I almost forgot.
She grabs Matt's hands.
In case something goes wrong.
Then Ernie pulls Taylor away and Taylor releases Matt's hands. Matt looks down at his hands and finds a business card with a website and a string of what would appear to be gibberish. But since we already know what he does with it, we know it's the ID number to enter on a site to track Trailer's GPS. Interior, motel room, day, present. And we're back. Is it dirtier somehow? No, that's ridiculous. No real time has passed since we last saw it. Maybe there's an extra pizza box or something for the continuity fanatics to catch. Insert. The tracking dot on the map shows it going north.
Brave of her. But now we have to rescue 2 women. What's the good news?
They're taking her where Kylie is.